Hello, students. Welcome back for another session that is on essential qualities of protective relaying. This is one of the very important topic from your exam point of view. So I want all of you to make a note of this. Okay. So what are the essential qualities? Means how a protective relaying system should act, how it should be, how well it should be, how good it should be. So which these are some of the features or some of the important qualities, essential qualities. What protective relaying system, protective scheme should possess. Okay, it should have all this. So, what are those? That is reliability, selectivity and discrimination, speed and time, sensitivity, stability, and at the last, simplicity and economy. So, now in VTU question paper, this question will be asked for 5 or sometimes 8 marks. 5 to 8 means 5 marks, 6 marks, 7 marks, 8 marks. So, So you have to first mention all of this. Then for each of this quality, you should write in detail. Okay, you should write in detail. Okay, let us start with first one, reliability. So what is this reliability? A protective relaying system should be reliable in its basic quality. So you know what reliability means? To be to be reliable. What do you think makes a system reliable? So here, it is the reliability of the system depends on various components. Like if you feel, if you are thinking like your protective scheme is reliable, now for it to be reliable, it should have it's like the whole system to be reliable. Each and every part of that system subsystem should be reliable first. Like the whole power system is composed of protective system, power protection, power system protection scheme involves current transformer, potential transformer, current, then we have relays then we have circuit breakers, isn't it? So the reliability of the whole system depends on each and individual element of the protection scheme. So proper maintenance also plays an important role. How the maintenance is happening for this equipment, like circuit breaker, relay, transformers, current transformer, potential transformer, how the maintenance is happening? If regular maintenance is done for all of these elements, then as a whole system can be said as yes, it is reliable. Then only it will be, then only it will stay reliable if the proper maintenance is done, all those things. Okay, so this is considered as one of the basic quality or basic essential requirement of a protective scheme. Next we have selectivity and discrimination. Selectivity means it is the ability of protective system to identify only the faulty part correctly and disconnect that particular faulty part without affecting rest of the healthy part of the system. It means that in your power system, it is not necessary that whole power system should become faulty. One fault can cause a fault in whole power system, as well as only in, it can also cause a fault in particular section. Okay, then only that particular section need to be disconnected and isolated. Rest all can keep on continuing supplying electricity for the consumer, isn't it? Rest, the healthy part need not to be disconnected. Only the unhealthy part where the fault has occurred, only that section, that feeders can be kept disconnected, isolated. So how this can happen? How this can happen? So this responsibility is there with the is there with the protective system. Protective system should select and discriminate the fault. How it happens? See here. First of all, it should select which is faulty and which is unfaulty, which is healthy, which is unhealthy. Okay, which is healthy part, which is unhealthy part or unhealthy section of the power system. So for it requires good discrimination. It should distinguish. It should distinguish between which is normal, which is abnormal, and which is normal should keep on continuing electricity, supplying electricity. Only the abnormal is to be disconnected and isolated. And once it is disconnected, the fault is to be diagnosed, cleared, then the line will be re-established and charged. Okay. So how well it can select and how well it can discriminate and select. Here selecting I mean to say is, after identifying which is abnormal, which is normal, after finding which is abnormal, for that abnormal you have to select and disconnect. Here after selecting the faulty part, it should disconnect, break the circuit. Breaking of circuit should happen for that faulty part. So for this we require selectivity feature, selectivity quality. So first it has to discriminate, it has to understand which is faulty part, then after that select it for breaking the circuit. Understood? So this comes in selectivity and discrimination. Next we have speed and time. Here in protection system, how fast your system will operate, how fast it is, how quick it can operate. So time is very important here. The more time the fault will the more time the fault remains in the line, the more it will damage your equipments, the more it will damage your equipments. So as quick as possible, the fault should be disconnected, the faulty part should be disconnected from your other feeders or other network. Understood? So as fast as possible. So why? Because the devices carrying fault currents may get damaged, isn't it? Whatever the devices are connected, whatever the equipments are connected, if the fault current is present, then it will damage your equipments. So as early as possible it is to be disconnected. Then we have sensitivity. So sensitivity means how sensitive your relay system is, how sensitive your uh, protection scheme is. How sensitive means, uh, for a relay, for example, current is acting as a actuating quantity. Current is acting as a actuating quantity. Actuating quantity means for normal current, relay will not operate. When a fault occurs, current will increase. Current will increase when a fault occurs, current will increase. Why it will increase, I have explained you. Okay. Again, based on different faults, current will increase. In some case voltage will increase. Okay. So when fault occurs, current will increase. This increase in current will actuate your relay, so what current will actuate your relay is the low value of actuating quantity. At what value of that actuating quantity the relay should operate, it will be decided. And for the very first value of that, very small value of that actuating quantity, if your relay is operating, means your relay is said to be as highly sensitive. Understood? So everyone will we all want our system to be very highly sensitive. It means for any very minor fault also, the current will increase, and for that little increase in current also our system should operate. But there are certain conditions where we don't want our system to act. When is that? I'll show you in my next slide. Yes, here it is, stability. What is stability? It is the quality of protective system due to which the system remains inoperative and stable under certain specified conditions such as transients, disturbance. Okay, what are these things? Now see here, there is a condition in power system, that is transients and disturbance. I'll give you one example. uh, there is a transmission line. For example, you take one distribution line at your domestic places near in front of your house. There is electric pole, right? So there is phase and neutral. The pole is carrying phase and neutral, single phase. Okay. uh, Coconut tree branch leaf, if it during rainy season, or during where when there is a blow of air wind, at that time if that leaf pushes two lines, or pushes one of the line, like phase it pushes to neutral, then two lines hanging into the pole will come in contact, right? At that time you can see a spark will come, isn't it? And the moment wind reverses, the leaf reverses, the lines will separate, and when lines separate there is no fire. Have you seen this? So when those phase and neutral come in contact for very short time, a big, that is actually a short circuit, phase and neutral short circuit, and this is a fault. This is a fault, but this fault will be present only for very short time, only present for only very short time. So this is like a disturbance, right? So such disturbance will be present only for short time, and transients are also such disturbances which is only present for very short span of time, very short span of time. Later it will disappear, and we don't want our system to respond for each and every disturbance or each and every transient, because each and every time when it comes in contact, if the system disconnects, then unnecessary the consumers will be disconnected from electricity. This is like unwanted. This is like unwanted. To avoid this, our system should remain stable for that short duration fault. Short duration fault, it should withstand it only for that short time. For how long it should withstand, all that will be decided, calculated, and installed. Understood? So there are certain conditions wherein our system should remain stable. So this defines its quality of stability. How stable it is, how stable it can remain in such disturbances, in such conditions. Okay. Then at the last we have simplicity and economy. So how simple your system is, or how cost effective your system is. So, in addition to all the important qualities, it is necessary that the cost of system should be well within the limits. Well within the limits. So, in practice, sometimes it is not necessary to use ideal protection scheme which is economically unjustified, such as a compromise has to be done. Understood? So, as a rule, only 5% of the whole installation cost should be spent on protection. Only 5%. So it's written here, see third point, as the rule, the production cost should not be more than 5% of the total cost. Total cost means total installation cost. If you are installing a transmission line between two substations like this, so it may be away with a distance of 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 50 kilometer, 100 kilometer like this. So whatever the equipments are required for installation of transmission line, towers, poles, conductors, insulators, each and everything will be included in total installation cost, total cost, total equipment cost. Along with that, a protection system is to be installed. In protection, we have CT, PT, relay, and circuit breaker. So this CT, PT, relay, circuit breaker cost should not exceed more than 5% of total investment, total installation charge. So not necessary. If the system is based on priority and based on requirement, this percentage can also be varied. Okay, it can be varied. All the time compromise need not to be done. Okay. Then we have okay, I'll continue in my next slide. I mean next session for this topic. I'll stop it here. Okay. So these are the essential qualities.